the luxury of first class, the elegance of the moment, until it all shattered in an instant. A black woman, dressed in a professional suit, sat quietly, settling into her seat. She had just boarded the flight, anticipating a peaceful journey. But things quickly turned ugly. Without warning, the flight attendant approached her, demanding she stand and move. The woman, confused, complied, only to be met with a slap. As gasps filled the cabin, no one expected who this woman really was. What happened next would shock them all. What truly lies beneath the surface? Wait a second, tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. It was just another business trip for Nia Harris, a woman known for her quiet confidence and her ability to excel in a male-dominated industry. A senior manager at a tech company, Nia had flown countless times for work, always aiming for the rare calm that came with first-class seats. She boarded the flight with a smile, her usual calm demeanor concealing the stressful week she had just endured. She exchanged pleasantries with the staff, took her seat, and settled in for the long flight ahead. But things took an unexpected turn when a flight attendant, with a look of discomfort, approached her. "Excuse me, miss, you'll need to move." Nia was confused, but stood up anyway. What could have been a simple misunderstanding spiraled into something no one on the plane could have anticipated. Nia's initial confusion morphed into discomfort as she stepped into the aisle, wondering what had gone wrong. The attendant's hand moved toward her, and before Nia could say anything, the slap echoed through the cabin. A hush fell over the passengers. They watched in disbelief as the attendant's stern expression never wavered. "I told you to move," the attendant snapped. Shocked gasps reverberated through the cabin, and the passengers' collective uncertainty gave way to murmurs. Nia, her hand touching her cheek in stunned silence, wanted to shout, to demand an explanation, but she didn't. She had seen this before, heard the stories. No one would listen to her. The sting on her face was nothing compared to the shame she had learned to carry. The plane, a place meant for escape, became a living nightmare. It wasn't, until someone in the back of the plane stood up, calling out, "She's one of us!" that things began to shift. It was a whisper at first, but it quickly became a ripple, spreading through the aisles, gaining momentum. Nia's true identity, an influential businesswoman and community leader, was slowly revealed. The slaps she endured were no longer just personal, but a reflection of the prejudices that lurked beneath the surface. In an instant, Nia's phone buzzed with an alert from her assistant. Her photo had just gone viral. A report from an exclusive charity gala she had attended weeks earlier flashed across social media, identifying her as a board member of a prominent human rights organization. The whispers turned to gasps as passengers realized who she truly was. The flight attendant froze, her face turning white. She had hit the wrong woman, one whose influence reached much further than the cabin's confines. As Nia stood there, fighting back tears of anger, her mind raced. The moment felt larger than her, bigger than her career, bigger than the flight, bigger than herself. Would this moment define the rest of her life? Would it be just another instance where the world ignored the reality of racism in everyday life? Nia arrived at her destination later that day, her composure intact, but her world forever altered. The flight had been the catalyst for a broader conversation, one that had been brewing for years. News outlets picked up the story. The flight attendant was removed from her position, but the story didn't end there. Nia's social media exploded with support, but also with backlash. It was the painful reality that so many people of color faced every day. Nia realized that her story wasn't just hers. Millions shared it. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was part of a cycle that, for some, was endless. And, as she sat in her hotel room, watching the story unfold across screens, she asked herself, and the world, how many more times will we let this happen before we truly listen? Where are you watching from? Take care.